Hi and welcome. I'm Emilia and my channel name Harvinaisen kaunis elämä means uniquely beautiful life. And today, my beautiful friends, is a special day, not only because I have a birthday, but also because I am trying to react to Nightwish's Dead Boy's Poem. You see, I have thought here countless times, deciding that I will do this, and then I have just, stared at the camera and thought, but I have no words. So let's find out how many words I have today. Because I'm in the middle of the Wembley concert experience. I can't, get over the fact that the poet and the pendulum is looming ahead. So I have to deal with this first. So here we go. If this video ever sees the light of day, please tread me gently. Okay, thank you. Now, where to begin? See, again, it happens. I have no words, but let's try this way. Do you remember a moment in your life when you have experienced something so special, something so fundamentally important to your whole being that it's pure alchemy? I think you know what I mean. You think of that moment or something you have experienced that. That's Dead Boy's Poem to me. It's, Dead Boy's Poems. It's also one of the two reasons I am on this Nightwish journey. But, okay, it's the main reason I'm on this journey, and the second reason I am doing these reactions. So it's quite an important song to me. And I have heard it only once, sung by Tarja, from the album. So, which one? I think it was some remastered something. But I haven't heard Floor singing it, and I haven't seen any videos of it. So this kind of is my first reaction. Let's stick to that. But my first reaction was last summer. I was lying in my bed because, we don't get that very well along with me and the heat because of my neurological illnesses. And I had just listened to Nightwish's, first ever songs I had ever listened to Nightwish. Shoemaker, I think it was Sleeping Sun, and then The Greatest Show on Earth. Yeah, I know. But I had an inkling at that point that, okay, Nightwish is this treasure box. You might find pretty much anything you do not expect to find in there, and I was really interested to hear more. And I'm enjoying the last sunrise of the day, last ride of the day kind of thing. So I scrolled Nightwish's title page because I think I have. Yeah, it was in one of my creative reactions. I told you about my title thing. Not an advice. No, not an advice, but Sorry. I'm... Oh, okay, I really should just leave this poem today, but I'm not. So let's deal with this. So I had scrolled the page and I saw Dead Boy's Poem, and I thought, what an interesting title. I want to hear this. And then, you know, I had a window open, the birds were singing, and I felt gentle wind on my face, and I pressed that play button. And I remember that for the first note, the song captured me. I mean, from the first note, if I remember, it starts with a choir or something, and then comes the boy's voice. But you know, it hasn't even begun yet, and I'm already mesmerized. And it was extraordinary, because it's hard to explain that experience, but it was like I was listening a song about my own soul. It was weird, it was frightening, it was fascinating, and it was beautiful. And you know, Thomas and Tarja and the whole of Nightwish, they took me to a place that felt so personal and so real that, you know, that it was, the music washed over me and it drowned me ever so gently. And I remember when I was listening to it, I was lying in a meadow, somewhere beyond every sea, and there were papers everywhere. Thousands of papers forming new planets and ocean worlds. And I thought, I wrote it in my diary, so I remember it really was something special. And I remembered writing that this lonely soul of mine, who never quite fits in, that I think I might have found a place where I could, you know, I feel the sun, sing with the stars and find new oceans to roam, to new worlds to discover, new forests to swim, to play the words a little. I felt I had found a creative home. And I remember thinking that whoever wrote this song had at some point in their life experienced that feeling of not belonging, of being a lonely soul, an ocean soul. And those are the two things I am and I have always been. But one more thing. I'm already almost 10 minutes into the reaction. I haven't even begun. But, you know, I had to get this out so I can, you know, start thinking about the song, not my experience of it. But I think it was in Romanticide when I made a reference to this, because I remember, even though I have heard this song once, I remember I heard the boy saying, "I'm sorry." And that was a kind of the thing I'm been dreading this, because that wise beyond years older than universe voice saying "I'm sorry," it was so devastating and has a double kind of layer for me, because those were the exact words I said when I was dying. So yeah, this isn't an easy song for me, but I love it. And today, with the sun gently going to sleep, I'm going to, well, think it's time. Dead Boy's Poem, Buenos Aires, 2018. In the background, there is this, sky on fire, and I thought that looks like a swan to me. And then there appeared another one on the right side too, and that's so perfect. Whoever does this imagery and images and visualization for Nightwish is always so spot on. I mean, I just have to say this aloud, although I know you know, but swans are really important for us Finns. Our national bird, yes, but also it's one of the most important features in Finnish mythology, because they were considered to be the messengers between the living and the dead, and killing a swan was, like you would be killing an angel. Also, Swan of Tuonela, Tuonela in Kalevala and in Finnish mythology, is the place of death and the dead. So, a Swan of Tuonela, Tuonelan Joutsen, which is rather incredible piece of art by Sibelius also. A Swan of Tuonela guided dead across the river Tuonela to there. So Dead Boy's Poem, starting with a scene with swans, is absolutely priceless for a Finn. Sorry, I got a little carried away at this point. We haven't even started yet. Okay, sorry.
Born from silence, silence beloved, a perfect concert, my best friend. So much to live for, so much to die for, if only my heart had known. Sing what you can say, forget what you can't play, hasten to drown into beautiful eyes. Walk within my poetry, this dying music, my love letter to nobody.
Suddenly there are swans everywhere. I just picked the one in the sky and okay, got it. You must have been laughing at me. But the audience is so silent. Okay, they started clapping now, but it was so silent that it was like holding its breath like I was. Thomas really know how to capture our attention. And that simple beginning. We have this word koruton in Finnish. It doesn't have an direct English translation because it would be no frills, and that's not, koru is jewelry or a piece of jewelry, and koruton is without jewelry. So that beginning with only an echo of a choir, and then the boy's voice. I so wish I had checked who he is, because it's remarkable. I can hear he's not an adult but a boy, and yet he sounds so incredibly old and wise. But then Floor's soft voice came in, and Marco's guitar. It was so gentle, and it doesn't only capture your attention and your breath, but also your soul. It's koruton in the most crushing, unarming way. There is no sparkle nor splendor, just pure essence of a soul. It's so simple and pure and naked. It goes straight to your heart. Go back just a little.
Walk within my poetry, this dying music, my love letter to nobody. Never sigh for better world, it's already composed, played and sold. Every thought, the music I wrote, everything I wish for the night, wrote for the prince, wrote for the virgin, died for the beauty, the one in the garden, created a kingdom, reached for the wisdom, failed in becoming a god.
A theologian should pause right there, okay? But that line really caught me. In a really, I'll talk about it later. But if I only remember, not in a theologian way though. But sorry. Hearing both Marcos and Troy's guitar, I wonder, does Nightwish ever use kantele in their music? Kantele, is it Finnish citra or something? You know, the old it's Finnish national instrument, but I just don't remember its name. I think I will add it to the screen later. But it's an ancient one. It's related to any Finnish mythologies, and all Finnish mythologies were sung accompanied by a kantele. So I could imagine him using it in his compositions because of the meaning of the instrument. But it would suit this song so perfectly. And I think Troy could probably play it with his toes if we want to. Somehow, again, I don't know, but I feel that Kai is doing something special here. Please let me know what it is that I feel him doing. He's so restricted, yet there is something in there I can't put my fingers on because I have no idea what. I should take some drum lessons. But okay, let's continue again. But sorry, this pausing makes it this song so much easier for me. So sorry. And also Thomas's face there was and Flora is doing so beautiful work, crossing my soul.
Died for the beauty, the one in the garden, created a kingdom, reached for the wisdom, failed in becoming a god. Heaven side for better world, it's already composed, made and sold. Every thought, the music carols, everything is if you read this line.
Oh, that was beautiful. That diminuendo she did. I wish for the night. It was so beautiful. Also, I remember when I did my reaction to I Want My Tears Back from the same concert, and I commented her having not problems with her voice, but something that I can feel, because it's annoying. I have had this problem since I was a kid, that every time I hear someone sing, I can feel if they have problems. And or believe me, all Finnish viewers know Kirka. He's passed away. He was one of my favorite Finnish singers, and he has this really nasal voice, and he also had this tendency to lift his chin when he sung. And after I couldn't ever listen to him more than one song at a time because I couldn't speak afterwards. so I felt something when I listened to I Want My Tears Back, and someone really kindly explained me that Flora was recovering from a flu. So that explains it, which makes this even more impressive, because the steadiness she keeps her voice so tender is in itself astonishing, really, and admirable. And having had a flu, okay, she can do it all. But there was something I didn't pause by. Oh, okay, I want to hear that again. But there was something else I wanted to mention. There was everything I wish for the night, wasn't it? The line. Does Thomas refer to Nightwish in there? Or is just, well, there is no pure accidents. But the music kept growing and growing and growing, and Empu made it sounded like there was whole symphony orchestra's worth of guitars in there. And then sudden withdrawal of sound with that floor's diminuendo was it was effective, really. But there is something in Tuomas I want to discuss about later. His difference in this one, clearly different. But let's go back a little.
For I've given this its strength, and it has become my only strength. Comforting home, mother's lap, chance for immortality, where being wanted became a thrill, I never knew. The sweet piano writing down my life.
Sorry, I I knew this would happen, but oh, that I have never heard guitar crying like this in my whole life. It's like, oh, and I how stupid of me! I don't have even tissues in here. Sorry, I have to take. Oh, sorry. But you know, it was like he had his whole soul in it. He didn't laugh, he didn't wink, smile, did his usual tricks. He was solemn and concentrating and immersing himself into it, and you know, it felt like what Floor had sung into being. He captured it all and made them into tears. If that makes any sense. But this was different. It was so special and heartbreakingly beautiful in its simplicity. I know it must be sweat in his face in there, but it looked like tears, and the look he had. Okay. I try to compose myself. But I want to hear that again, though. Sorry, I need to try to stop crying. Sorry. Also, now I was just pausing when Empu was starting, so I couldn't, and I nearly forgot. You know, there was something. I go back so I can hear it. That was something like sweet piano writing, noting, something down my life, and it really felt like or sounded like Tuomas has poured his whole being into not only this song but into his music, and this is about it. But also solo, his keyboard solo, and that boy's voice, oh, soul-wrecking combination. Let me try to not to get a fright when the music starts again.
For I've given this its strength, and it has become my only strength. Comforting home, mother's lap, chance for immortality, where being wanted became a thrill I never knew. The sweet piano writing down my life. Teach me passion, cry for it's gone. Show me love, hold the long. So much more I wanted to give to the ones who love me. I'm sorry. Time will tell this bitter farewell. I live no more to shame, nor me, nor you. And you, I wish I didn't feel for you anymore.
I had to pause, even though I know this is really, you know, gaining its momentum, but it really is that gaining its momentum actually, because that boy's voice and the piano and the words and all that comes into, you know, being in that floor's posture there, you know. Yeah. The look she had there and her hands wide open, it could easily look fake and you know, pomp and circumstances. But the look she had, it's vulnerable and bare. And I know this kind of song is a vulnerable place to be, because every song I remember it was much easier to play the violin and let your soul pour out than to sing and do the same, because it's so much more personal, because the instrument you are playing is you, and the audience is hearing you, the bare you know, the nakedness, the whole being of you. So the way she has sung this song is so stripped down from anything unnecessary. She really stands, you know, so bare in there, and it shows. Okay, it's suits to the song, but there is this double layer again in there. But let's go just a little bit back.
Thank you.
I think I might need a minute or a week to compose my thoughts, but the way I feel art and life and all things in between, but is that if I were Tuomas, which I'm not, so, but you know, this song would be something I would wish to be remembered for. There was something in there that, in him too, that I felt this song really means him a lot. And you know, no Ghost Love score, no, even not even the greatest show on earth. But this song would be the one I would choose. Although I haven't heard all or even that many songs from Nightwish, but still I think I felt this might be something special. And maybe it's because somehow I felt this comes straight from a poet's heart. Or at least I think it felt like it. And I hope people understand that when they listen to music like this, or this song. You see, there is a difference between art coming through straight from the heart, and then art coming from that. Because I think you know, all Thomas's music is coming straight from his heart, but you know, from that special, hidden, private, utterly vulnerable and incredibly gorgeous part of that same heart. You know, and on the rare occasion a poet or an artist of any kind opens that door just slightly for a moment, because there is something they need so much, or there is something that needs to be given a voice or form so badly that it must be done. And that's a bit like what I talked about Floor and the vulnerability. That's a position nobody in this world wants to put themselves completely naked, completely raw, completely open. But they do it because they have to. And because of that, we can feel, or we can feel what we can't put in the words ourselves. So that gives us a glimpse of something I'm so grateful for. It's a gift so rare and so precious, that in presence of such a mountain, I feel humble and grateful, because they give us pieces of their soul in there. Imagine. And I really hope there is not a tragic story behind this song, because these lyrics could easily be interpreted like that, far away. What makes Thomas's lyrics so versatile is that you can decide what you hear, or you hear what you need to hear, and it helps you to deal with or go through something, and as I said, help you to they form something concrete, something you can hear or see or touch that you otherwise couldn't. And in here, what I did, here was a soul not unlike my own. Sorry, my tummy is crumpling. This is so embarrassing. I have forgotten to eat again today. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do at the moment. But I for me, it was about a soul who feels at times a bit lonely, maybe in the vast world, who has oceans inside so vast you can drown into them, and universe is so huge you can get lost into them. Oh my sorry about my rumbling. And those, you can get lost, but also there is such a huge possibility inside you, such a creative sparkle that it's like a god, a god, not God with a capital letter, but how to put it into words, I think I should take a pause and what I was saying. I thought I said that I need a moment to compose my thoughts. They are all over the place. What I felt in there was that sometimes maybe it could be easier to escape into those worlds and oceans of your own than to face the cold world. Well, I can relate to that. And also I think this was such full of emotion. And sometimes it's so much easier to pour your soul into creative project, be it music, words, form, shape, anything, and express your feelings that way. I don't remember the lyrics at all, but at the beginning it was something like born from silence, and it was so beautiful because that song, there was this pause, this tiny little pause of silence, and then it started, and it's all art is born from silence in a way, and from silence it means they are also born from emptiness and nothingness. And okay, actually that's a whole field of study for for psychology and philosophy, so let's not go there. But I mean, I just meant simply that when you begin a project, a creative project, when you start to creating something, it's just you, an empty page, a canvas, an idea, sound, something, and you, and then you will give shape or form to that something. It's you, and since all artists are, lesser gods, don't quote me on that, but you know what I mean. And therefore, and when he said failed in becoming a god, that broke my heart, because, well, yeah, Tuomas isn't exactly failed, but I need to, well, this is a general feeling of the song. So, and then Born from Silence, was it something perfect concert, my best friend? I remember that part because I related that to the silence, Born from Silence was their best friend, and I thought, wow, silence between the notes already there, and that's so true, because silence is the perfect concert if you let it be. To pause, to breathe, to listen, and then maybe you can hear what your soul or heart is singing. So that makes perfect sense. And then just one more thing. Oh, I have been talking a lot, but there was one line, something I live no. It was the boy who said it. I live no more to shame nor me nor you, or something very Shakespearean wording. It caught my attention. Actually, I don't know. I really don't know, and it's a bit embarrassing. But you do understand that I have read my complete works of Shakespeare in Finnish. I got them actually as a birthday gift when I turned 12. A beautiful antique book set. It was I of course I immediately read them all. But I have read all Shakespeare in Finnish, so but it sounded old English. So yes, and there was something. It was like it was a special song for the whole band. Floor was incredible with breathing it into life, and Troy and Marco with their guitar, and Tuomas and Empo, and they all, it was different feel to them in this song, but I mean, I really want to hear Tarja's version of it. Shall we have our adventure now, or should we have our coffee first? Or how was it? I have read my Alice in Wonderland in Finnish and in English. I actually both from Victoria and Albert Museum, this most gorgeous edition of it, and I have read it in English, but you know. But if you ask me, adventures comes always first, because then you can relive it with your tea. So let me search for a Tarja version of this. I think I saw one when I searched for this Buenos Aires version. So I'll be back in a moment and I'll tell you, well, you will see in the description box which one I found. And I'll comment on it, but I'll see you in a moment.
It's time to climb down. You are going to hear a poem from the child's heart.
That pause in there, if only my heart had a home. It was beautiful. Also I think you can really show how technical quality of recording things has developed in those 18 years between this and the Buenos Aires. This is from Wishes to Eternity from 2000, and Buenos Aires was 2018. So I don't know if it's the quality of the sound quality of that time or the audience, but in the Buenos Aires concert there was this complete silence. And here I can hear audience chatting. But this is Tampere, a typical Finnish audience. Sorry, but true. What I just said about the technical stuff, you know, what was someone thinking when they have changed that? I'm not no expert in recording or editing or mixing, or I don't even know how to call it, but what I hear was that right when the song was building up to an effective crescendo, I mean, they took her voice somewhere behind the stage back. Well, anyway, I first I thought it was my earphones have air, you know, headphones, something. I should not do double reactions. I get tired and then I start, you know, losing my words. But you know, this is really much heavier song with Tarja's voice. And the whole of it, of course, but it's her voice that comes, you know, forward so much. I don't remember the key or the tempo of the first one because I talked so much between them, these two. But the feel of this is much heavier and harder, with sharp edge, kind of, to it.
Given this its strength, and it has become my only strength. Comforting home, mother's lap, chance for immortality, where being wanted became a thrill. I never knew the sweet piano writing down my life.
I don't know if it's again the technical stuff, you know, and this being so old recording, or because Empu had a different guitar actually, and then these two together, but this didn't sound quite as deep. And by deep I mean, does anyone know? Does Empu's purple guitar have just a bit deeper and you know, fuller tone maybe than this white one? Because this was more metallic. It was sad, and it was heartfelt, but it didn't cry. Or then because I had just heard it well, but anyway, the boy's voice here, and again I should have checked it between these songs, but I didn't. I jumped into this straight away. The boy's voice in this version is much clearer, so I can hear the words clearly, and I like it a lot. And also Tuomas's piano is much more highlighted in here. Let's go back a little.
much more I wanted to give to the ones who love me. I'm sorry. Time will tell this bitter farewell. I live no more to shame, nor me, nor you. And you, I wish I didn't feel for you anymore.
I had to pause because if something that was Jukka's solo in there, I mean, it was gorgeous. I mean, really. Also, he stood up while he was playing, I think, with his feet, which is rather impressive. But it was like he was drumming something into life, a shaman, or he could almost have been the swan of Tuonela, or Tytti of Tuonela, but she's the female mythological character who leads the dead to the, with the swan. But but let's say he's the swan of Tuonela almost, and guarding the soul to the shores beyond every sea or ocean. But maybe we shouldn't go that deep. But there was something mystical in his beat in there. It's so low. I want to hear it again. Sorry, this is taking quite a lot of time, but was it here?
And you, I wish I didn't feel for you anymore.
Oh, I need to hear that again. Oh, and I laughed because I had just said that let's go not go that deep. And then I think they feel like they are knocking the gates of Tuonela here in the next moment. But it was the most impressive slide I think I have ever heard. That high. I remember it was it Romanticide with the floors going up and down, and it was beautiful. But this it was so sharp, and clearly it was like a sword made of ice. And she got it so high, and took a little more force in her voice, and then slide it. Oh, and Empu, it was, sorry, because I shouldn't be laughing, because this is so, I feel this with my whole body, this music, but Empu, it was like he was playing chords, you know, in some medieval chord or something, like he was picking his notes from the guitar, so, and the look on his face, it was hilarious. Also I haven't seen him done that before, but but I want to hear that slide again. It was beautiful. And they were in. Oh my goodness me. What I meant there was this boom. I had just said they were, you know, knocking. It sounded like they were knocking on the doors of Tuonela, you know, the place of the dead. And the next moment, they just blew the door off. It was so unexpected, because it was quite a different feeling than with the Floor's Buenos Aires version. And I know I'm tired. I'm wrecked because I cried so much, and this affects so much to me. So do not think I'm finding this, you know, overly funny or not, you know, taking this seriously. But there are something. They were both hugely impactful for me in a different way. Once again, it was like Floor makes Tuomas's words gently accessible, while Tarja, well, she just cuts right through you in a different and not so gentle way. And they had different nuances, and I loved it. And there is a place and time for both versions. When I think if I had a bad day and I wanted some comfort, or to just, you know, wreck myself, I would listen to the Floor's Buenos Aires version. Because there is something so utterly sad and yet something equally comforting in it. But this is something when you want to rip off some layers, you have to and you need to get the strength to do so. It doesn't make sense to you, but it does for me. I know when to listen to both persons. But neither of them was doing the effect on me. Still my stomach is crumbling. I think I might need to give them some attention after this. But you know, I think I lost my thought. I know I could talk about these lyrics for hours, but I think I will save you. and I yeah, it was that I want to hear the studio version next. But don't worry, I'll end here and just lie down and let it drown me gently again. So I just want to say thank you.